Nowadays, science and technology have become essential for the world's development, and opportunities like this one are perfect to put our skills into action, show what we are made of, and demonstrate the world what we are capable of doing as a nation. We are Team Mexico.
Each year, all the participant countries of the first Global Challenge get the task to recruit a selection of 5 members and 2 mentors to work together and build a robot to compete in the international field of the Global Championship. I'm Leo Salazar, and I'll work with the team as a mentor for the programming and electronics areas.
The programming area has a task to bring to life every system and mechanism that exists in the robot. Our abilities with coding, as well as our logic thinking and technical knowledge, allows us to do this in the most efficient, clear, and elegant way.
Right now, our efforts are aimed to develop a robot code as soon as possible, but we are thinking even further, and we are learning about different programming forms and methods in order to help several foreign teams with their projects.
Designing the robot chassis or its specific mechanism seems to be easy, but in fact, it's a whole adventure by itself. Part of my job is doing this in the very first time, as well as connecting and setting up all the electronic components in the robot.
I'm really excited about this new opportunity. We are ready to give the best of ourselves. And for me, my job is to keep all the team's social media updated, as well as present all the multimedia material when they are needed. It's awesome to be part of this. I'm really enjoying it.
Building the robot is a whole process. For thinking what mechanical systems are more suitable to our necessities, to creating prototypes every single time a new mechanism is required. My job is to coordinate these efforts to get the best results possible.
Right now, we are working with available rep kits we have. Our team strategy is a rolling process, and we are sure that as soon as we have it, the mechanism of the robot will be completely ensured.
Also, there are guidelines and due dates we must follow. One of our principal responsibilities is to be in constant contact with our sponsors, the media, all the other teams in the world, and various organizations. All of these activities, as well as the documentation related, are down to me.
We're all taking the best of ourselves, and we know that being here represents an enormous responsibility. But we also know that there's no bigger pride than representing your country and their people. My name is Max, and I'll be the coach for the 2019 Mexican First Global Challenge team. We are ready to put in high not only our efforts, but more importantly, our nation.
Yeah.
Hey everybody, good morning and welcome to Global Talks. Today guys, we're having our Cultural Saturday. It's a pleasure for me and for the whole Team Mexico to be today with us again. And well, first of all, let me explain that it was supposed to have 3 teams today with us. Team Australia, Team Oman, and of course Team Sweden. Unfortunately, due to connection and timing issues, both Team Oman and Team Australia couldn't show it up, but we send them the best vibes for the competition, and we expect to have another opportunity to join them in a future Global Talks. But for now, we are really happy to receive here in the stream one of the most important teams in Europe. They have been working really hard in both social outreach and robot. So, well, Team Sweden, welcome to Global Talks. Go ahead, introduce yourselves.
Thank you. Thank you. My name is Axel, and my name is Thomas.
Okay, Axel, Thomas, thank you very much for being here.
I'm Sophie.
I'm Ricardo, live from Torreon, Mexico, and welcome to Global Talks. And well, guys, before we get into the main topic for today, I'd like to know a bit of a recap of what you have been doing in the last 2 weeks, maybe about social outreach or the robot. If you got anything to say, the floor is yours.
Yeah, I mean, we have been building a lot lately.
Yeah. We finished constructing the playing field, of some sort.
Yeah, and we have almost finished a robot as well. There's just some details left.
Yeah, some finishing touches.
Exactly. And we did some events. We've gone to like some street gatherings and shown off the robots and different. There was one for different corporations in our part of Stockholm, so we went there and showed off the robots as well.
I know you were like recruiting people for your teams in the last week. You went out to recruit people. Could you tell us a bit about that? How did it work?
Yeah, there was kind of close to where we have our base. There was this open marketplace where people from the neighborhood in this part of Stockholm came to sell and buy stuff. So we went there and brought us different robot stuff and yeah.
Okay, so well, both of you are in the mechanics area, I think, right? Or are you divided, or which areas are you in your team?
Oh, we kind of do. We're not really that
Flexible
divided.
from everywhere.
Yeah.
We switch it up like every week. We like delegate some areas.
Yeah, but most of our team has more experience in like programming than robotics.
Okay. Well, it's really good to know. Oh, okay. Sorry.
And most of us for a programming school. So, yeah.
Okay, well, it's really good to know that you have been working with social outreach. In our case, Sophie, well, in the last week we had some activities related to social outreach, especially last week we had a really important activity. It was the robotics festival in our city, the second robotics festival that we organized along our brother teams, FRC's Robotics 4400 and FTC's Robotics 15600. We organized it along our city hall, and we went to our principal plaza in our city and set a bunch of stands, and private corporations and public STEM organizations came along. We all gathered, and well, we could give a sneak peek of what our team has been doing in FGC and also in FRC and FTC along other 15 FRC teams. It was a really, really nice opportunity. I don't know the exact number of people we had, but I'm estimating like 2,000 to 3,000 people. So it was a really, really cool activity. And well, moreover, we have been working with the robot. I know you uploaded a video about your shooter in this last week. Or was it last week? I don't remember. But well, it's really cool that you could manage the shooter. I don't know if you got any problems with that.
No, I think we're fine with the shooter. We have placed it on the robot as well now, and we can adjust it in at least one angle. Yeah.
Angle. Okay.
Did we review it yesterday?
Yeah, we reviewed the shooter yesterday in our technical show that you may check in our YouTube channel or in our Facebook page. So what I really like about this kind of the shooter, and most of all the mixture of technical and cultural things, is that if you're a good team, you get the chance to be good in a technical part, but in a cultural part as well. And that's what I see in you, Team Sweden. So thank you very much for sharing us these last things you did. And well, also, even though Team Australia wasn't here, they sent us a bit of pictures that we have here about what they had been doing. The pictures, yeah. So they have been doing recycling activities in Australian shores and Australian beaches. We got some images of what they have been doing. So here we have an example of what they have been doing in the southern part of their city, which is Brisbane in Australia. They collected at least half a ton of litter in the shore and in the beach. So we're really happy that they had the opportunity to do this kind of things. Here you can see a bit of pictures of what they did. And well, I have a contact with Simon Canfield, which is the mentor of Team Australia, and they told me that they are working really hard. That's a video, I think. That's a video. They are working really hard to get as many activities for environmental care as possible, because in Australia, one of the principal things they do is ecological appreciation, and that's what they're looking for.
It's very cool.
Okay, well, so thank you Team Australia for sending us these pictures of what you have been doing. We really appreciate your time for sending them. And well, let's go to what is the main part of the show. And well, as you know, we are just 1 month away from Dubai. Everything is getting closer and closer. I know you have been working really hard. We have been working really hard as well. And there are some things about cultural appreciation that we usually don't take care of until it's really late. So that's what I would like to know from now, so I can know if you get any ideas. And well, the competition, the global competition, it's a really good opportunity to share your culture, to talk to other teams, and to promote your values and your traditions. And first of all, I'd like to know if you got anything in there with you that you could explain us, that share a bit of your culture in Sweden. Maybe some food or some coins or anything you had?
Yeah, we have some food over here actually. I don't know if it's good on the camera, but this is pickled herring. Pickled herring. So small fish.
Okay.
That looks weird.
Yeah, it is kind of weird.
Dying.
Oh!
Because of the smell.
I know what's that. It's called. Oh, I know, but I know it as.
Yeah, so it's small pieces of fish, and then there's onion and peppers.
It's fish.
But it's fish,
Well.
right?
Yeah, in vinegar as well.
Oh.
But yeah, it's fish.
Okay.
So, do you guys eat that?
I don't.
He doesn't.
I wouldn't do it.
I saw a video about it, but I think it was called surströmming, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's another thing, quite similar to this one.
It's also
But
stinky,
more,
right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
very stinky.
Yeah, this is not stinky. This doesn't smell at all. But the surströmming is pretty extreme.
It can stink up an entire house.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You're really in Sweden, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
So I know that
a lot of fish.
yeah, in all countries of Scandinavia, you know, Norway, Sweden, Finland, it's common to, for example, take fish for breakfast, I believe. And here in Mexico, it's like really weird to take fish in breakfast. So that's one of the cultural things that shocked me the most. How good you are to take fish. So well, that's great, because personally I don't like fish. Well, I like it,
I don't like
but not at all.
Like-
well, you don't like fish?
No, like only the salmon.
So okay, yeah,
How do I say that?
salmon.
Salmon?
Yeah, salmon.
Yeah, I only like salmon.
And I don't know why she doesn't like fish, because she's Canadian.
Yeah,
So-
but like, oh my god, I don't know, I just don't like it at all.
And well, how did you say it was called? The fish? What was its name?
This one or the surströmming?
No, this one, the one you showed.
This one is the pickled herring.
Okay, you should. Well, if you're
The fish.
able, you could bring some of it to Dubai so
Oh
we
my
could
God.
try it out. I don't know.
Do you want to try it out?
Yeah, I'd like to try it out. Why not?
I'm a little bit scared of it.
I'm not sure they're going through airport security because
That's a problem, right? Okay.
Yeah.
But maybe if you get like, do they sell it like in a can presentation or in a bottle or something like that?
yeah, we can buy it in cans
Okay.
probably.
Well, that must be nice if you bring it to Dubai. Well, I also know that in Sweden there are a lot of things to talk about, and I'd like to treat maybe one of the news that was like worldwide in this last week about Sweden, and it was about one person in your country that is being really famous this last week. I think you know who I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Greta
Yes,
Thunberg.
too.
We.
It was.
Yes, Greta. And well, what I want to talk about with you is how ecological and earth caring plans you have, because I know you have been working really hard in those kind of activities for ecological preservation. So I don't know if you could tell us a bit of what you have been doing, or if you're planning something to do before the competition.
Oh yeah, in Sweden in general, there have been like massive steps towards cleaner environment and getting rid of pollution,
It's
trash and plastic.
it's becoming more and more of a trend to be more careful. That more and more people are trying to go by airplane less, and it's sort of a norm to sort your trash.
Yeah.
So it's easier to recycle, and yeah, it's a norm to recycle your.
Well, I know that all the Scandinavian part of the world and most of all Sweden, you have had some ecological problems in your oceans. I know there was like a crisis in ocean pollution. So I wish you the best of luck, because you got a lot of responsibility to solve this problem. You got a lot of context. Of course, Greta Thunberg is a good option. Maybe then in the future we can talk about a collaboration between all, so we can help out both of our countries.
Yeah.
And about culture, I also know that Sweden, it's a really good place to be, because first of all, one of the most important awards in the world, the Nobel Prize, was born in Sweden. It is given in Sweden every year, so you got like a lot of culture, a lot of good people to talk about. Also, there are really good places to go. For example, in your capital city, Stockholm in English, how do you say? Stockholm, yeah. Stockholm, yeah. There are a lot of museums of art, modern art that I really like. There's like a mixture of history and modernity, so that's what I really like about their country. And of course, all the things you have developed, of course, Minecraft. That's a really good thing from Sweden. No, it wasn't Sweden. It was.
Yeah.
Yeah, Minecraft is Swedish.
Yeah.
And
Right.
so is
No, it was no.
Where?
I think it was from Norway. No, Sweden, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Minecraft is
Yeah,
Swedish.
that's another really good thing you got.
We love Minecraft.
We love Minecraft. So you know, Sweden power, it's already in the other part of the world. And of course, all of these things add up. So we have a country like Sweden that it's really important for culture. So I have a question for you guys. How do you use this culture richness in your team? Are you planning on bringing something to the competition or anything like that, so we can appreciate your culture in a better way?
Yeah, we've talked quite a bit about like what to bring on our stand in Dubai, and
We've sort of decided to bring with us the most like stereotypical Swedish things we can. These.
yeah, we're
So-
definitely going to try to bring some more herring into
Yeah.
Yeah.
the competition. we thought about different types of candies as well.
Yeah, some.
Yeah, there's some really odd ones.
That you can only find.
Well,
Yeah.
before you continue, Team Australia also sent us some videos about their culture and about their gastronomy and all that stuff, and I'd like to try them because they're really, really amazing. So let my producer look for the videos. What's wrong? What? So we're gonna watch a bunch of them when they explain their gastronomy and some things about their culture that are really important. So, well, just give us a sec.
And here's this week's quiz question. What was the band that played at the closing ceremony of FGC 2018? And here's this week's quiz question. What was the band that played at the closing ceremony of FGC 2018?
Okay, we're having some technical problems about Team Australia's videos, but don't worry. In a moment, we'll put them in the show, or maybe we can add them into a folder for the next viewers that will watch this in YouTube and Facebook. So I just got a few questions for you, Team Sweden, about the competition. There are some funny and quick questions, so I don't know if you're ready.
Yeah, we're ready.
We're ready.
Okay, so question number 1 is the thing you have liked the most from FGC up to this point.
Oh, I think you can.
Yeah, I was in the competition last year.
Most, so what you have liked the best from first global challenge up to this moment.
Yeah. Like getting to know new people from across the world. You really get new perspectives on how life can be in different places, and also discovering new cities in the world.
Well, it's really good. Well, Sophie, what do you have liked the most from FGC?
Oh my god, that's a little bit tricky. I think that the thing that I liked the most up to this point would be, I don't know, maybe Global Talks, because I really enjoy being in here and talk to other teams. And I don't know, I think outreach in general, like that's my area, like with you. And I don't know, I like a lot to work with you and then meet other people and yeah, get to know each other with other teams from different parts of the world.
Yeah.
I think that for me, that's like massive. I never imagined like being talking with people from, I don't know, Brazil or whatever. And I like that, yeah.
Okay.
It's nice.
And well, the next question is, what is the thing you have liked the least from first global competition?
Oh. I mean, there have been some like difficult moments with trying to communicate with back and forth different operators in the first global like organization, and we have still not got to know when leaves or comes back or.
Well, and I know really,
So some difficult logistics, kind of.
I know it's kind of difficult to think about something you don't like from this, but well, maybe the question would also be what you would like to change, or what do you think could improve in first global challenge?
But what about you? Because like you always do that question, and I think that that's a difficult one. What about you?
Okay, first global challenge has a lot of things for good, but if I was in charge of global challenge, I wouldn't change anything because it's perfectly planned, and there's a lot of hard work behind everything we see from the global challenge. But maybe if there was an easier way for us teams to contact maybe having a global platform, like a global talks for every team in the world, and in a constant way. We have the WhatsApp group or the Facebook group, but maybe a more direct contact, that would be nice. That's something I'd like to plan and put into action for next year in Global Challenge. But in general, I wouldn't change anything because everything is perfectly planned. Everything means a lot of hard work made by a lot of people in the past. So I think they work really hard, and our job is to enjoy what they did and be grateful with them. So I wouldn't change anything.
I don't know. Maybe I know that this is not like the competition's fault. I actually don't know who is the actual fault, but I would like that every team in every part of the world could receive their kit at the same time. You know, because for me it's like really heartbreaking when I don't know. We already got the kit like several weeks ago, but there are teams like they still don't have it, and I'm like, man, I don't know if that's fair, and I don't know. I would like that every single team in the world could have their kit and they could work and have the same opportunities that we have.
I think you, Team Sweden, received the kit like last month in October, in August, right? You were one of the first teams to receive the kit. Yeah.
It was in the end of August, I think. Yeah. Okay.
Also received it in August, like in the middle of August. So
yeah, and that's like we already had like a lot of time to work, but there are teams that doesn't.
Yeah, you're right. But most of the times, the problem with the kids is not from First Global.
Oh no, I know.
It's from the country where the kid is supposed to be. There are problems with the shipping or in the border or in customs. So sometimes it's not like fault from the competition, but from the other factors that are overall in First Global Challenge. But well, we could find a way, or we could find a solution for teams that haven't received their kits. And indeed, that's one of the things we're planning. We're working on it. So in a few weeks, you will know what we are planning to do for those teams that haven't received the kit. So well, be ready.
We're trying to help you guys.
And well, Team Sweden, I only have another question for you about the competition, and what are your expectatives for this 2019 challenge? What are you expecting for your team?
Well, I think our robot's looking pretty solid, so I'm expecting and also sort of hoping we do well in this competition.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's one of the things all the teams look for, to be the best.
Yeah.
Because we are representing our countries. We got the opportunity and the responsibility to be the best of ourselves for our countries. So, well, we have to work hard to get that.
Yeah.
Here in Team Mexico, we have been working really hard as well for that. So we'll continue doing it. Also for social outreach. In the next week, we'll have more activities and more information about new activities we're planning on outreach.
Yeah,
so
I think we are really strong in outreach.
And well, Team Sweden, I know this was a short conversation, but due to the technical problems, I think it's the fairest for you and for us. And maybe in another occasion, we can plan a bigger meeting with more teams so we can share more things about our culture. And well, I think it has been really nice to have you with us today. I don't know if you got anything else to say.
No, except thanks for having us, and a good job.
Thank you guys for being in here.
Thanks for taking our invitation. Of course, you, Axel, you were the one who asked us to be here. And you know, if you wanna be here again, you have the opportunity. Just send me a text, and you may be in the show. If you are a team watching this and you want to be part of Global Talks, under us we have our social media. It's Team Mexico FGC in Facebook, FGC.
I don't know.
The social medias are under us.
Social media.
Also, I don't know if you could say your social media as Team Sweden so we can follow you.
Oh yeah, we're on Instagram mainly. Look up the username right now. Yeah, it's firstglobal.sweden.
Yeah, there you go. Make sure to follow them in their social media. Also, make sure to follow us on our social media. And well, stay tuned because we got a lot of things to do in the next week. We're planning some cool activities for Global Talks, for outreach, and for the robot. So well, stay nice. Remember to always watch us every week. We're having two transmissions by week. One on Friday, that's a technical show, and one on Saturday, which is like this one is a cultural Saturday. So make sure to follow them both. And well, Team Sweden, it has been a pleasure to have you with us today. Thanks for being here again. And well, we expect to have you here again. So thank you very much. We'll see you next week. And this was Global Talks. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye.